Hi guys, today we're going to talk about coronavirus and we want to show you what's going on here in Canada because I know this situation affected the whole world and of course Canada is not exception in this case. Unfortunately, as of right now, we have a state of emergency in 3 provinces, which is Ontario, British Columbia and Alberta. We live in Ontario, so I will be talking about situation here and I want to show you what's going on. I want to explain what's going on very briefly so you'll have a general idea how our government trying to protect people here in Canada. So as of right now, as I mentioned already, we have a state of emergency and we have in total 1,231 cases in whole Canada and 369 of them in Ontario. So numbers are growing unfortunately every day, and that's why people were asked to be at home. Last week on March 12th, they closed all schools and they sent kids for March break, which supposed to be this week. This last week, and they extended March break for 2 more weeks, and next day they closed all daycares, all camps, all programs for kids. So they pretty much didn't leave any choice for parents. How some of the parents are supposed to stay at home or find babysitters or find any other ways how they have to handle this situation. All universities closed, the colleges. It was very quick decision and it happened pretty much overnight. During last week, they closed international flights. We have only 4 international airports open in Canada. This Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Calgary. Only 4, and of course they close borders, so no one can enter Canada if you're not Canadian citizen or if you don't have a permanent resident card. So for now, technically border open only for those who work in United States or truck drivers who drive here with food, because as you know, unfortunately this situation worldwide, we don't have enough supplies, especially a lot of people trying to buy a lot of food that they can store in their houses, and since I don't know, probably March 10th, we out of toilet paper, sanitizers, paper towels. The rest of supplies are in stores actually, but of course major cities like Toronto and big cities around Toronto, they running out of supplies. They have a huge lines outside of grocery stores, people waiting just to get into these stores, and of course they trying to limit amount of food people can buy. Let's say they can limit for 2 items per person or something like that, which helps because they're trying to help more people to buy the same products. Bigger stores, especially in downtown Toronto or around, they running out of some food, and I just want to give you some tip. I realized, and I saw personally that in smaller towns or in suburb area, smaller stores, they have more products. They don't have a huge lines. You can come in and buy whatever you want. So if you have a car and if you need of something, of course you can find toilet paper probably anywhere in Canada. We live up north from Toronto, and we do have a lot of stuff in our grocery store, in our local grocery store, and we can go there any day. We don't have any lines. We can buy anything we want, and we can see this in other small towns as well. On Monday, a lot of people went to work as usually, and they got notices that all major businesses are closing, and they are trying to set up some of the employees to work from home. And actually it was done overnight. So as of Tuesday, a lot of people were working from home and some of them were laid off, unfortunately. Next day, our government declared state of emergency, and all like restaurants, cafes, entertaining facilities like theater, movie theaters, they're supposed to be closed immediately. Right now, pretty much everyone is staying at home. Some people are able to work from home, and some of them, of course, are staying at home with no payment. As of Wednesday, a lot of major retailers closed their stores, malls, and they sent pretty much all employees on a paid quarantine at home. And at the same time, our government promised to help those who lost their income or who doesn't have unemployment insurance or who can't afford to be at home. So they promised to help, and those with children as well. Also, if some of the family, they have sick people in their family, or they had to leave their job just to take care of their family members, they also will get some help from the government. Also, government will help companies who lost their income and who send their employee on quarantine for this period, like 2 weeks, and they promise to pay them as well. Also, small companies will be able to get some help from government as well, because as you know, when people staying at home, they're not able to do some certain work, and unfortunately some businesses forced to close. Government is trying to help people, Canadians who live here, to keep peace in their minds, and they let us to use expired driver licenses, car plates, number plates, like some other documents that about to expire. They let us to use them, and we don't need to renew them, which is amazing. Also, we have to file our personal taxes by April 30th. So this year it was extended until June 30th, and also all payments extended until September, which is a huge relief for people, and it will help them to have time to organize everything and prepare themselves to pay all the taxes. Also, some major banks, like 6 major banks like TD, Scotiabank, RBC, some of them, we call them A-lenders, they promise to defer mortgage payments for people case by case, not for everyone, not for every situation, but they will review situation that happen in person's life, and they can help people do not pay principal on the mortgages. So people will have to pay only interest during this period of time. And again, it doesn't mean they will cancel your payments. It means that they will postpone your payments. So for a certain period of time, up to 6 months, you can be free of payments, but again, you have to pay them later, which in general is a huge help for people as well during this hard time. It's not easy time here in Canada, and looks like our government is trying to help us, and we really appreciate it, because we don't know how it's gonna end, how long it will last. We will try to keep you updated, and we'll give you all information about how it's going here in Canada, and just don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be happy to answer any questions if you have. Thank you. Bye now.